Your kids could get free or low-cost health coverage from Medicaid or CHIP. Even if you've applied before, they may be eligible now. Kids up to age 19 are covered for checkups, vaccines, dentist visits, hospital care, and more. And if they already have Medicaid or CHIP, remember to renew every year. Visit insurekidsnow.gov or call 877-KIDS-NOW. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
There's nothing more satisfying than finding the perfect green paint for your living room. Except maybe popping open that can of Valspar Ultra and rolling that first smooth stroke on the wall. And there's nothing more satisfying than admiring your freshly painted wall.
Ooh.
Except maybe peeling off the painter's tape to see those crisp edges. But the most satisfying part of all? Valspar Ultra's price tag, starting at $29.98 a gallon. Affordable, durable, available at Lowe's. Price varies by Shein.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Deep Dive. So the big one, Apple's annual event, always a huge marker on the tech calendar, right? Well, it just wrapped up yesterday. And after, months of anticipation, all those Apple rumors flying around, the iPhone 17 lineup is officially here. And there's a lot of talk, especially about the iPhone 17 Pro Max. So our mission today, let's try and cut through all the noise. We're going to unpack what Apple's calling its most powerful and advanced Apple iPhone ever created, plus all the other ecosystem stuff they announced. This is really for you, whether you're already thinking about an iPhone trade-in, maybe just curious about where tech is headed, or, you just love those little aha tech moments. The event theme this year was awe-dropping. Kind of sets the expectation, doesn't it? Held Tuesday, September 9th, live from Apple Park.
It really does. It was fascinating, I thought, wasn't just the phones. It felt like a really clear statement about Apple's strategic vision for its integrated ecosystem. We saw the whole iPhone 17 family, this completely new super thin iPhone Air, the expected AirPods Pro 3, and a whole redesigned Apple Watch family, too. It was comprehensive.
Okay, let's dive into those announcements then. Starting with the iPhones. This is now Apple's biggest lineup ever. Right, 4 models. Let's kick off with the base model, the iPhone 17. Looks like more than just a small refresh this year. Some pretty significant upgrades.
Definitely. It's not just incremental.
Yeah, like the screen is bigger now, 6.3 inches. And for the first time on the standard model, it gets promotion. That's usually a pro feature, isn't it?
It is, yeah. That's a pretty big deal for the base model. A really nice trickle-down feature.
So maybe just remind us, what exactly does promotion do for, the average user experience?
Well, basically, it means the screen refresh rate isn't fixed. It adapts, goes all the way up to 120 hertz when needed, like for fast motion, but can slow down for static images to save battery.
Yeah.
So for you, using the phone, it just feels smoother, like scrolling through websites, playing games, even just system animations. Everything feels much more fluid and responsive. It's a really noticeable upgrade.
Gotcha. And under the hood?
It's running a new A19 chip, which is obviously very powerful. And the camera gets an upgrade to a 48MP dual fusion system.
Dual fusion? Sounds fancy. What does that mean practically?
Essentially, it combines data from multiple shots very quickly. So you get better detail, better dynamic range, and especially improved low-light photos. And storage starts at 256 GB now, which is good. All for $799.
Okay, 256 GB base is nice. No more 128.
Right, finally. Now, this is where it gets really interesting for me. The brand new iPhone Air. This actually replaces the Plus model.
Yeah, exactly. No more Plus. The Air is stepping into that sort of size category, but with a totally different focus.
What's the focus, then? It's all about design. It's Apple's thinnest smartphone ever, incredibly thin 5.6 millimeters. They're using spacecraft titanium for the frame. It seems like a very direct shot at competitors doing ultra-thin phones, maybe like the Samsung Galaxy S25 Edge, if that continues. It's targeting users who really value that slinkness, that aesthetic.
But is it powerful? Or is it just thin?
Oh, no, it's powerful.
Huh.
It gets the A19 Pro chip, same as the Pro models, and a 6.5-inch Super Retina XDR display. So it's not compromising on core specs. Starts at $999. It's a really fascinating product strategy shift.
A thin flagship, okay. Then there's the regular iPhone 17 Pro, the smaller flagship.
Right. This one gets a new aluminum unibody design this year. And interestingly, it includes a vapor chamber inside for cooling.
Vapor chamber. We'll probably come back to that with the Pro Max, but that suggests some serious performance, right?
Exactly. It needs better thermal management. It also runs the A19 Pro chip, obviously, and the camera system. Triple 48MP fusion setup, again, but the big news is the zoom. It gets an 8x optical zoom.
8 times. Wow, that's a big leap. Starting price.
$1,099 for the Pro.
Okay, and that brings us to the top dog, the iPhone 17 Pro Max. The main focus today, this basically takes everything from the Pro model, but bigger screen, and crucially, Apple's claiming the longest battery life ever on an Apple iPhone.
That's the headline feature for many, I suspect.
Definitely. Okay, before we dive deeper into the Pro Max, let's quickly cover the dates. People will want to know the iPhone 17 release date schedule.
Absolutely crucial info.
So pre-orders, they kick off Friday, September 12th. That's this coming Friday. Set your alarms for 5 a.m. Pacific, 8 a.m. Eastern.
Early start as usual. Yeah.
Yep, and then they'll actually be available, so in stores and shipping out exactly 1 week later, Friday, September 19th.
Right, and loads of people plan their upgrades around this. They're looking at iPhone trade-in deals, checking Verizon iPhone 17 offers, AT&T iPhone 17 pages, the whole cycle. So those dates are key.
For sure. Okay, let's really zoom in now on the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Apple's clearly positioning this as the absolute pinnacle. Let's start with the design. It's got this brand new heat-forged aluminum unibody, which is interesting because that's a move back from titanium, which they used on the 16 Pro Max, right?
It is, yeah. That immediately raises a question, doesn't it? Why switch back from titanium to aluminum, specifically for the Pro Max?
What are your thoughts? Is it about heat, cost, feel?
It could be a mix. Aluminum actually dissipates heat very well, maybe even better in this specific unibody construction they've developed. Given the power inside, maybe thermal management was the absolute priority. And that ties into the vapor chamber you mentioned earlier. It's in the Pro Max too, obviously. This isn't new tech in the phone world, but it's about efficient heat spreading.
So what does that mean for you, the user, especially if you're pushing the phone hard?
It means the phone can run at its absolute peak performance for longer without throttling, without slowing down, because it's getting too hot. Think high-end mobile gaming, intense 4K video editing, tasks that really stress the processor. The phone should stay faster for longer and hopefully more comfortable to hold.
Makes sense. And the camera bump design has changed too. They're calling it the Forge Plateau.
Yeah, sounds like a marketing name for a redesigned camera module housing, likely integrated more smoothly into that aluminum unibody. Aesthetics, but maybe also functional for how the lenses are arranged.
Okay, let's talk display. 6.9 inches, Super Retina XDR, but the brightness figure jumped out at me. 3,000 nits peak outdoor brightness. That sounds incredibly bright.
It's huge. That's the highest number we've ever seen on an iPhone display.
What's the real-world benefit? Just better viewing in sunlight.
Pretty much, yeah. That's the main benefit of peak outdoor brightness. On a really sunny day, your screen should still be perfectly visible, really legible.
Yeah.
It also helps with HDR content viewing, making those highlights pop even more.
And it still has promotion, the adaptive 120 hertz refresh rate.
Oh, yes, absolutely. That's standard on Pro models now. Smooth scrolling, fluid motion. It's essential at this level.
And they mentioned Ceramic Shield too, offering 3 times better scratch resistance.
Right. Durability improvements are always welcome. Ceramic Shield was already pretty tough against drops, but improving scratch resistance, that's something users notice day to day. So, yeah, better durability overall.
Okay, let's get to the heart of it. The A19 Pro chip, 3rd generation 3nm tech. Apple's throwing around phrases like MacBook Pro level performance. Is that just marketing hype or is there substance there?
Well, it's definitely marketing, but there's likely substance too. It's probably not about matching a MacBook Pro watt for watt in a benchmark. It's about the kind of tasks it enables in a phone form factor. What's really fascinating, I think, is the new GPU. Apple specifically highlighted integrated AI accelerators within the graphics processor.
AI accelerators, so dedicated hardware for artificial intelligence tasks.
Exactly. This chip isn't just built for raw speed. It's heavily optimized to run complex generative AI models directly on the device.
On the device, not in the cloud.
That's the key point. Things like advanced live translation, much smarter visual search, complex photo editing capabilities, they can happen right there on your iPhone.
What are the benefits of doing it on device?
2 main things: privacy and speed. Your data doesn't necessarily have to go to a server, which is huge for privacy. And it's faster because there's no latency sending data back and forth. This is all part of that bigger Apple Intelligence push they announced earlier this year. The A19 Pro is the engine making it possible on the new iPhones.
Right, Apple Intelligence weaving through everything. Okay, let's talk battery. This is often the make or break feature for Pro Max buyers. They're estimating a 5,000 mAh battery. That's the biggest ever in an iPhone, isn't it?
By a decent margin, yes. The capacity itself is significant.
And the claim is up to 39 hours of video playback on a single charge. That sounds monumental.
It really does. If those numbers hold up in real-world use, it's a massive leap.
Connecting this to the bigger picture, why now? Is this just chip efficiency or a direct response to what people have been asking for?
I think it's both. Chip efficiency definitely helps. The 3N reprocess is more power efficient. But yeah, it's also clearly a direct response to a key consumer demands. Battery life is consistently one of the top things people want improved. For you, this means genuine all-day usage, even heavy usage, without reaching for a charger. Maybe even 2 days for lighter users. It really reduces that battery anxiety. It could be a true game changer for how people rely on their phone throughout the day and night.
Definitely a feature that resonates. Now, the cameras, always a major focus for the Pro models. It's a new triple 48 MP fusion system again, so high resolution across the board, presumably for more detail and dynamic range.
Right, leveraging that high megapixel count for computational photography, pixel binning for low light, and offering more flexibility.
But the standout feature seems to be the telephoto lens. An incredible 8x optical zoom. That's up from 5x on the 16 Pro Max.
That's a very significant increase in optical reach. 8x gets you really close to subjects without digital cropping. That's going to be huge for photographers, especially for portraits, wildlife, sports.
And the front camera. An upgrade there, too.
Yep, a new 18MP true depth camera, and it gets center stage, using AI to keep you framed during video calls, which is handy.
And something totally new, recording video simultaneously from both the front and rear cameras.
Yeah, that's a first for any iPhone. Imagine recording an interview, capturing both your reaction and the subject at the same time. Or vlogging an event. Lots of creative possibilities there.
Seems aimed at creators. And speaking of professionals, what about the high-end video features?
They doubled down there too. Full support for Dolby Vision HDR recording, of course, but also ProRes RAW, Apple Laud 2 for much greater color grading flexibility in post-production. And they even mentioned Genlock support for multi-camera productions.
Genlock? What's that?
It's a professional video feature. It synchronizes the video signals from multiple cameras perfectly down to the frame. So if you're shooting an event with multiple iPhones, they'll all be perfectly in sync, making editing much, much easier. It really signals Apple pushing the iPhone 17 Pro Max as a legitimate tool for professional filmmaking.
Wow. Okay, pricing and colors. We know people care about this. iPhone 17 Pro Max price starts at $1,199. That's for 256 GB.
Same starting price as last year's Pro Max, which is interesting given the upgrades.
Then it goes 512 GB for $1,399, 1 TB for $1,599, and then a new tier, 2 terabytes.
Whoa.
Yeah, 2 TB for $1,999, nearly $2,000 for an iPhone.
That 2 TB option, that's clearly targeting those pro video users shooting hours of ProRes RAW, or people who just want absolutely everything stored locally. It's definitely pushing into a very high-end, almost niche territory there with that price. Shows confidence, though.
And the iPhone 17 Pro Max colors for both Pro models, actually.
They listed deep blue, cosmic orange, and silver.
Cosmic orange. That one seems to be getting some buzz online already.
Yeah, bold colors often do. It's a nice change-up from the more muted tones sometimes.
So, stepping back a bit. We focused on the Pro Max, but how does this all fit together? You mentioned earlier this feels like a coordinated ecosystem refresh.
Absolutely. It's not just, here's a new phone. It's about how all these pieces work together and strengthen that Apple ecosystem.
Yeah.
Think about the iPhone Air again. It's not just a thin phone, it's a strategic move. It targets a specific design-conscious market, competes directly with rivals like Samsung Galaxy ultra-thin flagships, maybe brings new users into the Apple fold who prioritized aesthetics.
And despite being thin, it's still got the A19 Pro chip promotion.
Exactly. They didn't skimp on the core experience. And Apple even introduced new accessories alongside, like tech-woven cases and crossbody straps, perhaps signaling a move away from fine-woven and leather, designed to complement these new Air and Pro designs. It's all part of the package.
And what about the other announcements? AirPods and Watch.
Right, briefly, the AirPods Pro 3 got a new H3 chip, which should mean better audio, better connectivity. But the big news there was heart rate tracking built into the earbuds.
Heart rate tracking in your ears.
Yeah, integrating more health sensors. And improved noise cancellation, naturally. Then the Apple Watch family got redesigned Series 11, Ultra 3, SE 3, all boasting new health features, performance bumps. It's that continuous push on health and wellness integrated across devices.
And that thread connecting all of this seems to be iOS 26 and Apple Intelligence, powered by chips like the A19 Pro.
Precisely. That new AI platform, especially its focus on on-device generative AI capabilities, isn't just a software update. It's fundamental to Apple's strategy going forward. The A19 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max and Air is the hardware enabling this new AI-driven ecosystem. It allows for these seamless, private, fast AI experiences that work across your iPhone, your watch, your AirPods, potentially your Mac too.
What's the biggest challenge for Apple here rolling out this AI?
I think it's maintaining that careful balance. Balancing powerful AI features with the user privacy promises they've always emphasized, and also just making it intuitive, making sure these AI features genuinely help you without feeling intrusive or overly complicated. That integration has to feel Apple-like, smooth and natural. And of course, they're doing this amidst really fierce competition. Samsung, Google, they're not standing still, especially with their own AI pushes. Apple's pricing strategy shows confidence, but the market is tough. Also worth noting, sort of behind the scenes, are those ongoing production shifts from China to India. That's a significant long-term strategy, managing supply chains in a complicated global landscape.
Okay, so let's try to wrap this deep dive up. The iPhone 17 Pro Max, it really does feel like a monumental step forward, redefining what a flagship smartphone can be. We've talked about that new aluminum design, the series power of the A19 Pro with its AI focus, that potentially game-changing battery life, the impressive 8x optical zoom camera, and how Apple Intelligence ties it all together with on-device generative AI.
Absolutely. And seeing it alongside the strategic introduction of the iPhone Air, the upgrades to AirPods Pro 3, the new Apple Watches, it paints a really clear picture of the strength and the forward-looking vision of the whole Apple ecosystem. It's about that seamless integration.
So, for you listening, if you're interested, the window to pre-order iPhone 17 opens very, very soon, Friday morning.
And maybe this leaves us with a bigger question to think about. As this on-device AI gets woven more deeply across all these gadgets, your phone, your watch, your earbuds, how is that truly going to reshape our daily habits, our interactions with technology? What new experiences might this unlock in the next few years, things we maybe haven't even really thought about yet? What does your personal connected future look like in this evolving AI-driven ecosystem?